It's over. Mercury has finally gone direct. And now, the effects are just beginning to unfold. For the past few weeks, it may have felt like your voice was trapped behind glass. Not just your words, but your truth. Conversations went sideways. You second-guessed your instincts. And when you tried to explain what you felt, it came out wrong. That wasn't just bad timing. That was Mercury Retrograde, forcing you to go inward when all you wanted was to break out. But now the silence is breaking. The words are coming back, louder than ever. People are feeling this urge to speak, to confess, to cut ties, to finally say what they should have said months ago. It's not always graceful. Some of it might even feel explosive. And here's the twist. This release comes with consequences. Emotional whiplash, unexpected reactions, burned bridges you can't unburn. So if you're spiritually attuned, you need to stay awake right now. Because what you say this week won't just be heard, it will echo. And if you've suddenly become weirdly sensitive to noise, overwhelmed in crowds, or just can't stand being around certain people, keep watching. There's one very specific spiritual reason why that's happening to you right now. I'll go over it later, so stick around. But first, what if I told you that the trickster isn't done yet? Just because it's over doesn't mean you're safe yet. Yes, Mercury has gone direct. But before you breathe easy, understand this. Mercury doesn't walk away quietly. It lingers, watching, waiting. This is the echo period, the final spiritual test. And right now, Mercury is standing in front of you like a cosmic gatekeeper, asking one question. Did you actually evolve, or are you just pretending? Some people will feel like their problems vanished overnight. Communication clears up, clarity returns, and it's easy to believe you're in the clear. But for others, a sudden challenge will hit out of nowhere. A miscommunication, a delay, a temptation, a trigger. Why? Because Mercury wants to know, did you really learn patience? Or were you just waiting to explode? Did you find inner clarity? Or are you still playing the same mask you wore in March? This isn't just a test. It's a divine audit. You're being spiritually scanned for truth, for alignment, for integrity. And if you fail, things might go strange again. Because Mercury's final trick, it shows you exactly what you still haven't mastered. And there's something even more bizarre coming, something you won't expect. Let's talk about the invisible wave that could hit your energy field next. For weeks, your mind may have felt like it was trapped in a maze. 1 step forward, 3 steps sideways, confusion, doubt. A loop of overthinking where nothing felt certain, not even your own voice. That was the emotional fog of Mercury Retrograde, and it's been thick. But now, that fog is lifting. And what's on the other side isn't just clarity, it's a spiritual shockwave of insight. Ideas will land like lightning. Epiphanies will crack open your perception, and things you were struggling to understand will suddenly feel obvious. This is when divine downloads start coming in fast. Unexpected inspiration, bold business ideas, long overdue decisions, they're not random, they're being delivered. Like mail that was held back during a storm, suddenly flooding your inbox. Some of you might feel an urge to start writing, launch something, say yes to something big, or even leave something behind completely. That's not just impulse. That's the green light you've been begging the universe for. Clarity doesn't whisper. When it arrives, it roars. But don't forget, clarity without action, just noise. This energy window won't stay open forever. You have to move, boldly, before doubt creeps back in, pretending to be logic. Because the road just cleared, but only for those who dare to drive. And speaking of movement, you're not the only one in motion right now. Something or someone may already be coming your way. Every complaint, every cry, every journal entry is about to echo back. Everything you said during retrograde, every time you whispered to the stars, broke down in the dark, or wrote something down just to survive the day. The universe heard it. You weren't talking to yourself. You were casting spells. Mercury Retrograde was the confession booth. And now that it's over, the universe is ready to answer back, not with words, but with reflections, signs, offers, endings, encounters, a message in the lyrics of a song, an ex showing up out of nowhere, a job offer you forgot you applied to, a truth you can't unhear. This is when the karma you've been vibrating finally finds its voice. Whatever you fed the void will now feed you back. Some of you will receive confirmation, proof that you're on the right path. Others, a cosmic correction. The truth you didn't want, but needed. This isn't reward or punishment. It's a mirror. You sent out a frequency, and now that the static has cleared, it's returning to sender. But what if the signs come disguised? What if the answer you get doesn't look like what you asked for? That's when you need to watch very closely, because soon your energy field might attract something you've been unknowingly preparing for. They don't miss you, they miss your energy. The moment Mercury stations direct, something changes in you. Subtle, but undeniable. Your light returns. Your mind feels clearer. Your energy field starts to stabilize and shine. But you're not the only one who notices, because just like moths to a flame, the energy vampires are circling back. Old friends you've outgrown, flings that fizzled, exes who ghosted and blamed you for the haunting, even co-workers who only reach out when they need something. Watch for them, because they're not feeling nostalgic. They're feeling hungry. Your glow-up is not an invitation. This is the dark side of spiritual progress. The brighter your aura becomes, the more visible you are, especially to the people who once fed off your confusion, your attention, your pain. And now that Mercury's fog has lifted, their shadows are getting restless. You might get a random "I miss you" text. A DM from someone you spiritually outgrew 2 versions of yourself ago. A sudden pull to re-engage with someone you already healed from. But here's the truth. Not every reconnection is sacred. Some are traps, and some are echoes of your old frequency trying to pull you back into their loop. Ask yourself, did they return because they've changed, or because you have? You've done too much inner work to become someone else's battery again. This time, when the ghosts knock, don't answer with your soul. You are no longer just receiving the message, you are the message. Mercury, the planet of communication, is direct. And with that shift, you become the channel. If you feel the sudden urge to post something personal, to reach out to someone you haven't spoken to, or to finally say the thing you've been holding back, it's not random. It's not noise. It's your spirit aligning with the divine frequency of delivery. This is your activation moment. Sometimes the message isn't what you say, it's who you've become. The universe isn't just speaking to you anymore, it's speaking through you. You might be the sign someone else has been praying for. Your words, spoken, written, or even felt, carry amplified weight right now. You may feel guided to post a quote, share a story, create something, offer help, or simply be present for someone in silence. That's Mercury's magic. It's turning you into a vessel. Suss someone brave enough to speak when the silence is no longer aligned. You've been decoding messages for weeks. Now it's time to deliver. Because someone is about to hear exactly what they needed to hear, and it may come from you. Your aura has changed. The room can feel it before you even speak. Remember when I said if you suddenly can't stand being in crowded places or around too many people, There's a reason for that. Here it is. Now that Mercury has stationed direct, your energy field is no longer hiding. During retrograde, you were cocooned, inward, processing, detached from the noise. But now, it's like the spiritual volume got turned all the way up, and suddenly, every room feels too loud, every conversation feels too much, and being around others feels like your nervous system is being stretched thin. You're not antisocial, you're not broken, you're just integrating. What you're feeling isn't mental, it's energetic recalibration. Your system has been upgraded, your auric frequency has shifted, and now, when you step into spaces still vibrating at your old level, your body feels it before your mind can even name it. Anxiety is sometimes your energy saying, "I don't belong here anymore." This wave of spiritual social sensitivity is not a step backward. It's confirmation that you're no longer available for performative conversations, shallow connections, or energetic drains disguised as small talk. You've changed, and your energy knows what's worth keeping close. As the days pass, this sensitivity may amplify. Certain people, environments, even songs or smells might feel off. You didn't tell them you changed. Your energy did. You've shifted. But not everyone around you will accept that. They might not even know why they feel different around you now. They just do. And that quiet tension, that subtle awkwardness, that's not random. That's resonance. See, when Mercury goes direct, it doesn't just clear communication. It exposes energetic truth. It peels back the layers people got used to, the masks you wore to keep peace or fit in or survive. But now, that old version of you doesn't just feel outdated. It feels fake, even to you. And the people who once knew you intimately might suddenly feel like strangers. You may notice they don't laugh at the same jokes anymore. The connection feels distant. Spiritual growth is silent, but its echo can make others uncomfortable. People who are aligned with your insecurities might now feel out of place in your confidence. Those who bonded with your doubts might not recognize you standing in clarity. It's not that they're bad, it's that they were in sync with a frequency you no longer hold. Some might try to pull you back, not because they want to hurt you, but because they miss the version of you that didn't challenge them, that didn't hold boundaries, that stayed quiet to keep harmony. But that version doesn't live here anymore. And it's not your job to shrink back just to make others comfortable with who you used to be. Not anymore. The people who loved your silence may not know how to handle your truth. You are not obligated to water yourself down for memories. You don't need to justify a single step of your evolution. Because here's the truth most people never say. Spiritual growth has side effects, and one of them is loss. Not always dramatic, not always chaotic, but a quiet shedding of roles, dynamics, entire connections that once made you feel safe. This is sacred. This is proof that your energy has upgraded. Mercury is direct. So is your path. Walk it. The grace period is over, and this time, the universe isn't whispering. It's calling you out. You've been asking for clarity, waiting for signs, replaying the same ideas in your head like they're secrets too sacred to move on. But here's the truth. That hesitation, that silence, that fog, it's no longer here to protect you. It was only ever a holding chamber, a moment to recalibrate. And now, the door is open. There's no more hiding behind, "I'm still figuring it out," because the path has already begun revealing itself in pieces. It's in the sudden impulse you keep ignoring, the invitation you brushed off, the idea that keeps tugging at you in quiet moments. Mercury going direct doesn't just restore communication, it restores alignment. And when alignment shows up, it doesn't wait for your comfort. The only thing left to do now is move, with intention, with direction, with that deep knowing in your chest that this moment, this exact stretch of time, was carved out for those willing to stop waiting for the perfect conditions and start building the life they've already seen in visions. If you're still watching, I'd like to thank you for your attention. If you enjoyed the content and want to see more, please consider clicking the subscribe button. Your support is very appreciated. Feel free to share your experiences or thoughts in the comments below. Until next time, take care and subscribe for more insightful content.